Hi everybody, Dr. Joe here again. I wanted to spend a few moments with you quickly and remind you of some important things around these times of great challenge for certain people. I want you to understand that all of the work you've been doing in your meditations, whether you're doing a walking meditation or a seated meditation, or you're overcoming yourself, or you practice connecting to that infinite field of potentials where you'll experience wholeness. These times in particular are the times that you've been preparing for and all the work that you've been doing. And now it's time to live this work. And it's time to step out of fear and separation because you're only suggestible to information equal to the emotions that you experience. And that's what programs the autonomic nervous system into a particular destiny. So when everybody else is experiencing fear, that's the time to experience courage or to maintain courage. When everybody else is in scarcity and lack, that is the time to give. And we have to be able to demonstrate what it looks like to this world, so more and more people are no longer controlled by their environment and the circumstances that are outside of them. So think about it. All of your work and dedication is for you to sustain some type of change independent of the conditions in your environment, to literally be greater than your body and to be able to sustain that change for a period of time. And many people during a time where they experience survival will experience separation. And we know what the stress hormones do in survival. And you have been trained very well to open your hearts and to go against that primitive nervous system that keeps us in our animal nature. So step out of the common, step out of the natural and the normal, and become supernatural and demonstrate what it is to be that to the world. So you give people an opportunity to do the same. So imagine then you have an inner army of plasma cells, of white blood cells that release immunoglobulins, antibodies that are strong defenses against internal invaders on a microscopic level, that memorize those invaders, pass the information to the legion of white blood cells so that your immune system can tolerate and defend you in any foreign agent in your inner world. Now, our research has shown, along with several other people, that when people can trade those survival emotions, those stress hormones like fear and anxiety and pain and suffering and anger and frustration and judgment and competition for more elevated emotions, more heart-centered emotions, it is those heart-centered emotions that we are able to open our heart and feel kindness and compassion, and to have a love for life, and to feel gratitude and appreciation, and really work with our body to elevate our emotional state. It makes sense then that if we do this properly, we are going to convert from the gas pedal of the sympathetic nervous system to teach our body to break that pattern of constantly being in survival. And when we start to feel elevated emotions, we feel less separate from everyone and everything, and we start to feel more connected to everyone and everything. And when we do this properly and we start to open our hearts, our research shows that we begin to strengthen our immune system. In fact, our research shows that for 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day, if you practiced feeling those elevated emotions, you would begin to release an immunoglobulin called immunoglobulin A, which is your body's primary defense against bacteria and viruses. It is the body's natural flu shot that creates an immunity to the environment, both macroscopically and microscopically. So then 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day, changing your mood and breaking the stress response and teaching your body that it feels safe enough to be in the present moment that it can create, that it's moving out of survival. But doing this properly, the body's so objective that it does not know the difference between the experience and the environment that's creating the emotion of love and gratitude and you doing it by volition. Your body begins to move more into the present moment, and here comes the parasympathetic nervous system, and now its job is to restore to rebalance, to repair, to increase metabolic functions, to release 1,300 different chemicals that can begin to restore and repair your body. The body now is moving out of emergency, and there are resources to heal. And so feeling those heart-centered emotions and changing from fear, say, to love is going to begin to cause those white blood cells, those plasma cells, to release the proper proteins epigenetically that are going to cause your body to have a strength against any virus, bacteria, a fungus or mold or even cancer cell. And we've proven that our students, by reversing cancer, have done this very exact thing. You won't hear about this in any pharmaceutical ad. You won't see it on any television commercial, because television commercials and marketing and corporate America wants people to believe that we need something outside of us to change our internal state. We need to rely on something exogenous from us to begin to heal us or to help us. And our work is about something else. It's about changing our inner state by thought alone. And so when we do this properly and we trade those survival emotions for elevated emotions, and we're able to practice that every day, it makes sense to us then that people are going to start to heal, and they are going to produce a legion of strong white blood cells that can memorize and attack any foreign agents. And there's been other research that shows that as fear levels go up, it suppresses our immune system dramatically. And when we elevate our emotions, we see then that we reverse that process. So I want you to think about the understanding behind that, so that the next time you are experiencing fear, or next time everybody else is worried about something in their environment, and there's a collective consciousness of fear, or collective consciousness of believing that something in their outer environment is stronger than the body's innate capacity to heal, that you have some resources, something to do with it. So many people have secretly wanted to not go to work. They have secretly not wanted to continue the routine of their lives. And this is a perfect opportunity for all of us to understand that you're breaking routine. You're not going to the same place. You're not seeing the same people. You're not doing the same things. Many people are confined to their homes, or confined to a small environment. And why not then use this time properly? Why not, instead of waiting for this circumstance to change, if you're waiting, you're not creating. A perfect opportunity for you to retreat from your life and to begin to work with your body and to start dreaming again and creating, so that when you do emerge out of your dwelling or out of your home, you will be resistant to any condition in your outer environment, and that we are not victims to the circumstances in our outer world, that we're making those strong changes by thought alone. And our research shows that when you get a community of people together and they begin to open their hearts, and they have the intent for the greatest good for people that they know, or people that they could focus on, that our research shows that you can actually affect another person's autonomic nervous system when you move into heart coherence in a very non-local way. Well, what's the significance of that? Well, we have an amazing community, and our community is connected by these elevated emotions. Those other emotions of survival create separation, but we work to open our hearts and to feel connected. We can begin to affect people in a very non-local way. In other words, everybody else's hearts go into coherence at the exact same time. You, by opening your heart, strengthen your connection to this community. You strengthen the connection to the people that you relate with in your lives. When you move into that state, you begin to affect everybody else. 3 types of stress: physical, chemical, and emotional. Physical stress: trauma, accidents, injuries, falls. Chemical stress: toxins, pollutants, heavy metals, blood sugar levels, viruses, bacteria, mold. And then there's emotional stress, which has everything to do with raising kids and second mortgages and single parenting and time, and all of those different elements knock the brain and body out of balance. And the emotional component has always been the challenging one for most people, because you could be in a constant state of fear. And consciously or unconsciously, it doesn't matter the food you eat, it won't matter the type of exercise you do. If you're living in fear, the body is not in any state for growth and repair. So we have to face this one important element, and this is a time now